Louisville, what real estate do in May of 2025? Well, we're about to jump into it. So, what's up, y'all? I'm Jonathan Plummer, your Louisville real estate agent. We're going to dive into what really happened in May of 2025. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, or just keeping an eye on the market, we're going to talk straight facts, easy to understand insights. So let's get into it. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to talk median, sales price, list price, all that good stuff. Now, while a lot of people use averages, that can really manipulate the data and skew the numbers, by a few high sales price or low sales price, list price, however you want to look at it. But a median really gives you true facts and a more trustworthy story on how the data is actually doing. And that goes with any type of data set or numbers you're trying to go. So, just keep that in mind. So, median sale price was $272,000. Now that's down just over 2% compared to May of last year. Now our list price, 0.33% lower than what it was last year. So that's a gap of 28,000. Negotiations back. Let's negotiate. Let's see what we can do. It's not really a crash or anything. It's just more of a rebalancing after, intense growth from the years past and all that good stuff. So the modest drop shows that the market is finding some footing. Sellers are still confident, but buyers have show a little bit more price sensitivity and stuff like that. So, days on market, median for May was 7 days, while, average was 33. So what's that saying? Price your home right. If it's priced right, it's going to go pending in a week. Boom, off the market. Let's go to close. Now, even though the average days were 33, the median gives us a better pulse of what it's doing. While it means that some listings are still lingering, well-positioned homes are flying off the market. So that's a good thing for both buyers and sellers. Inventory, what's our inventory? Just over 2 months, that's up from 1.5 last year. So that's a 35% increase, just over 35%. So what that means, if no new listings come to market, houses are going to sell in about 2 months. And then that's it, they're gone. We need about 5 to 6 months for a balance of supply. So buyers have a little more room to breathe than they did last spring. That's a good thing. Pricing behavior, like I said, median list price, 300,000, 28,000 gap compared to the sales price of 72,000. Sorry. So let's talk about that. What's that mean? Buyers have more room to negotiate, and tells the sellers one thing: price it right or risk sitting on the market. Really want to highlight something right here. In the market, pricing it right, smart pricing, faster sales. Overpricing, guess what you're going to do? You're going to drop the price anyway because it's been sitting on the market. So make sure you're pricing your homes right to get that thing sold. Let's talk a little bit of year to date. I know we were going to talk May, but let's talk year to date. So our median sale price for year to date is $262,000. That's up about 3.91% from last year compared to $252,000. Days on market last year 13, this year just a touch longer, 1 day longer, 14. They're still turning quickly by historical standards, but showing the market remains active. And then year to date analysis, the bigger picture shows a stable market with slight adjustments from last year, and these indicators suggest continued strength despite the minor cooling we're seeing month to month. So what's this mean for buyers? More options, negotiation power, and speed. So prep your financing, move with intention, and get a clear picture on your budget. A clean offer, it still wins. So what's this means for sellers? Price it right. Visual appeal, focus on your first impression, and quick response to offers. This market still favors sellers, but the ones who know how to play it smart. So let's play it smart, do these things, price it right, get a good first impression. Let's have a quick response once offers start coming in. So what are my final thoughts here? 2025 in May, still solid. It's just more measured. Prices are holding, buyers have more options, homes are still moving, especially ones that are priced right. I can't stress that enough, priced right. It's not the chaos it was in 2021, but that's not a bad thing. It's a great time to make a move with the right guidance. So with that being said, stay connected. If you found it helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for the next update, Drop a comment if you got questions in your area. If we want to niche it down to your specific area, we can do that. Find your home value. All my all my contact info is in the description below. Reach out anytime. Let's move smarter, not just faster. See you in the next one.